Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to what will be a day of my life here in Portugal. So as you can see, I start every day the same actually, no matter where I am in the world, though it tends to look a little bit different here, which is I start with coffee. And in Lisbon, I make my own coffee, whereas in Bali, I have a lovely pembantu who makes my coffee, and so that when I wake up and go downstairs, my coffee is already brewed and waiting for me. But that is a big lifestyle adjustment moving here to Europe, is that I am relearning to be self-sufficient and do everything for myself, whether that's make my own coffee, make my own bed, everything. I don't have someone to do those things for me. So I generally tend to be pretty non-functional until I've had my first cup of coffee, so here's to that first sip. Alright, well, it's now actually almost 2 o'clock. I have spent the day really not doing very much, if I'm being completely honest. I have been sitting here at my computer working for the past hour. I made myself some hard-boiled eggs, and now I'm seeing that the sun has finally come out, and I'm feeling motivated to go and to finally leave the house for the first time today. So I actually have some errands to do, and I'm going to take you along with me. I need to go to the bank to deposit a check, and this is a whole other crazy story because the bank that I use has a branch that's literally 10 feet away from my house, but they won't deposit checks, and I still have not received my debit card. It's been 3 weeks, so banking here in Portugal, I did a whole video talking about this. It is pretty much a nightmare. So much inefficiency, bureaucracy, etc. So I'm expecting the trip today to this bank to be an experience in and of itself. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so where I'm going is a shopping area called Amoreiras, and it's like a mall. It's pretty ugly, but they have a variety of things, and I do need to do some errands there as well. Well, at least that was easier than anticipated. I've only had stress when it comes to banking here, but I walked into the bank, asked if the teller spoke English, someone was able to help me, and the check is now deposited. The thing with the banks here is like they're only usually open until 3 p.m. and they have an hour off at lunchtime, so they're not super accessible, but I made it there with like 30 minutes to spare, so check is deposited, that's done. The reason that I had to go through this was that if people know from my previous video, I had tried to open up an account at a different bank called Novo Banco that's terrible, and they were taking forever to open my account. So then I closed the account before it was actually even open and took my money out, but it was in the form of a paper check. Long story short, only a couple banks could deposit the check, and that's done. So glad for that. Now we're going to walk into the shopping mall, Amoreiras, and just kind of have a look about because I do kind of need to do some errands today. I'm engaging in a little bit of retail therapy this afternoon. I've come to Sandro, which is one of my favorite brands, the French brand if you don't know. They have a shop here in Amoreiras, and right now they're having all of their winter sale. And because I don't really have many winter clothes, being that I've lived in Bali and in Thailand and in Mexico over the last 7 years, I'm kind of taking advantage, but also I shouldn't be spending money. I always have this problem. But anyway, I picked out a few pieces here. I'm going to try on and see how much my guilty conscience will allow me to buy today. Alright, so a little update. I like this shirt. It's actually pretty versatile. I think I could wear it even into the springtime, just over a t-shirt and open. Kind of good for Portugal because the weather here is always, changing like from moment to moment. The jeans, I really did need another pair of denim, but you can see this is the smallest size and it's still quite big for me, so unfortunately that's not going to work out, but I think that I'm going to allow myself to buy this shirt because it's kind of missing in my wardrobe. So I stopped in this furniture store called Area where I've bought a few pieces for my house, and when they delivered it, one of the pieces was missing on the coffee table. So long story short, it's actually been weeks since this has happened, and I asked them to send the piece here to the shop because they tried to send it to my house and the post office couldn't deliver it. I don't know, things here in Portugal never seem to work properly. And so now they're checking if they have the piece, and I'm gonna fight with myself not to buy anything else in this shop, even though I really want to buy some more wine glasses because I only bought 2, and that means that I can only have 2 people over at a time drinking wine, and I do kind of want to have a proper set. But again, I don't really need anything for the next 9 days, and it would be much smarter and better for me if I wait until I'm back here to buy all the rest of the things that I need for my apartment. So I usually do my grocery shopping from Glovo, which is the app that will deliver your groceries and pick them up from the shop and all of this. But because I'm here and they have an Auchan, which is the best grocery shop that's nearest to my house, I decided to come in and stock up. Hi. So apparently they have this rule in the mall that you're not allowed to film for whatever reason. And even though I had the camera only on myself in Auchan, there was some security person that came up to me and said, "You can't film here." It's very annoying, you know, these kinds of arbitrary rules that have no purpose. Like, I'm just talking to the camera in the grocery shop. Nobody has ever told me this anywhere else in the world, that I just can't film in like a public space. But anyway, I got done what I needed to do. I only needed a few things from the grocery store because, as people know, I don't really cook, but I am kind of making my own lunches, like a sandwich, something really simple, and I have some breakfast food at home. Whatever, I just didn't also want to have to carry around like a bunch of grocery products because I'm walking home now. It's about a 15-minute walk. A nice day, the sun is out, it's not too cool. It's probably around like 60 degrees at the moment. So nice, and that's pretty much all that I needed to do today. Plus I bought myself an article of clothing, and I don't know, what a way to spend an afternoon, I guess. Alright, well, I just got home with my shopping, and in another chapter of my exciting European life, I'm going to be making myself lunch. And then my friend Fabrizio just texted me as I was walking home and asked if I wanted to meet for a tea. And I think that I probably will because I don't really have anything else to do. That is one of the things I do like about being in a European city, is that there is a spontaneity. People just message you, do you want to get a drink, do you want to do something? That never happens to me in Bali. So I do feel like that is mostly the reason that I moved here, was to have more of a social life. And so when someone offers to meet, I pretty much always say yes, whereas in Bali I hardly ever want to leave my house. So, I'm already tired. Look at this, walking, doing groceries. Now I have to do take my own dishes out of the machine. Honestly, guys, life here, it's a struggle. So I'm walking in the Marquês de Pombal Park. This is actually the very first time I've ever walked in this park before, even though the main intersection I've walked by quite a few times already. I'm kind of out of breath. I thought I was in better shape than this, honestly, since I'm walking all the time here in Lisbon up and down hills. But it's a lovely day today. It's about 63 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Sorry, everybody else outside of the United States. But a really lovely day. I think I'm even starting to sweat. I'm wearing my new Sandro like shirt jacket thing that I just bought earlier, and it's really nice. I am happy to discover a new place I haven't been before. Fabrizio is always like this. He's forcing me to come meet him in places where I wouldn't typically go, because I tend to sort of be a homebody or stay around my neighborhood. And this is about a 30-minute walk from my house up at the very top of the park. So I'm almost there, and oh my god, I'm gonna need a drink and to sit down and catch my breath soon. Well, somehow I got here before Fabrizio. So I've just got myself a lemonade, a pastel de nata, because this 30-minute walk did take a bit out of me. And it's really lovely here. The sun is going to be setting in about an hour, but just to watch this little fountain with the birds flying about and a lovely blue sky is really nice. Oh, stop it. Good morning, guys. It's actually almost afternoon, but that's my life, as I always start really slow. I decided to film another day in my life here in Lisbon because what happened the other day is that when I was with my friend Fabrizio, who really does not like being filmed and kind of makes me feel really stupid for filming myself, I didn't film for the rest of the day, even though we spent several hours together having dinner, and he needed to sign up for some Portuguese classes and things like that, but I just didn't feel comfortable even though I had the camera with me to film those moments. And because there felt like there was no conclusion to that day, I need to kind of keep filming. So today is, I think, like a day or something after. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, which was pretty disappointing because I was supposed to have a date with this Brazilian guy, and then he canceled on me basically last minute. It's very much on par for the course here, unfortunately, is that people are super flaky, and I think when you make a date with someone, there's like at least a 60% chance that it won't happen. So that's what happened. We said, okay, we'll hang out today. Whether that will happen or not, there's a good chance that it won't, because that's just how people tend to be, it seems, even though I myself am a man of my word. So if I tell someone that I'm gonna do something or be somewhere, you can always count on that I will be doing that and I will be meeting you. Unfortunately, I feel like I am in a minority of people, but it is what it is. My plan today, after I finish peeling these hard-boiled eggs, is to go to a paint store, and I want to repaint my walls because they're really dirty here from the previous tenant, and my landlord just doesn't care. I don't know why. She doesn't have much pride in her building, or maybe she's just cheap and doesn't want to deal with it, but I can't live in a place like this with these dirty, scuffed walls. And even though I have never done this in my life, I have never painted a wall. I mean, I'm not fully painting the walls, I'm just kind of touching them up. But anyway, I've never done that before. In Bali, obviously I have people that do that for me, and everywhere else that I've lived has not been dirty. Because I think also in America, it's like a legal requirement that you're supposed to repaint after a tenant leaves. Anyway, be that as it may. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna paint. I'm supposed to see my British friend later today. He's invited me to some reading of something, like a poetry-esque reading. I don't really know what, but you know, I'm in the kind of frame of mind where I just say yes to things because I don't want to sit alone and do nothing. So meet him, maybe have dinner, I don't know what time that thing is, and hopefully this will give you a better sense of what my life is like here in Lisbon. So anyway, I'm gonna eat this kind of unexciting breakfast lunch of hard-boiled eggs, and then we will venture out. It's a nice warm day today. It's like 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is shining, so it'll be nice to walk around. I went shopping yesterday and bought some just basic things because really I was not planning to be away for as long as I've been away in all of these different climates, and I just have no clothes. So yesterday I did a shop at Zara, and everything I'm wearing right now is from Zara, from my shirt to the jeans to the socks, all from Zara. Really surprised it's quite cheap here. Anyway, enough of that, let's go. So yet another thing that I have the privilege to do here for myself in Europe is take out my own garbage. And it's kind of a complicated process here because I separate it into the recyclables and then the non-recyclables, and I have to walk it down the street to where the trash bins are. So it's like everything is just more work here. Oh wait, I forgot to put on my shoes. And over here at the end of the road is where we have all of the different options for garbage. So All right, let's start with the plastic. Plastic is here. And now this is hard because I'm trying to hold the camera and throw away my garbage. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. All right, so now that the garbage has been disposed of, we are free to continue our walk to the paint shop. It's a lovely day today. As you can see, I'm just wearing this vest, again from Zara, that I bought yesterday, and a light long sleeve shirt. The sun is shining, just kind of making it hard to film because the highlights are blown out and then my face is very dark and shadowed, but that's all right, guys. So we have about a 10-ish minute walk to the neighborhood called Estrella, which I always say Estrella because in Spanish Estrella is star. I think Estrella is probably star also in Portuguese, but I have this bad habit of wanting to say everything as if it were Spanish and not Portuguese. And what a lovely day today. The weather is turning. I think it's already becoming spring. We are in the mid-February. Yeah, it was just Valentine's Day yesterday. So I kind of came at the worst season, weather-wise. I came in the middle of winter, came here for the cold and the rain, and now I'm leaving next week and the weather is getting much nicer. So just my luck. What's the difference?
The price and the quality.
I just want it to look white and to last. So I don't really know.
This is our brand and this cheaper and is also good.
Then that's fine.
Okay.
How much is this?
I have to see here. €7.50.
Okay.
And a roller.
I need a roller and the plastic thing.
The roller, what size do you want? This size?
I think like the smaller one.
Smaller one. Do you want
Yes.
for this? This is enough for that roller.
I think I probably also need a wood stick to mix the paint.
Okay. I have something like this.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually the first time I'm ever painting by myself.
Okay.
Is this everything I need? I have walls that are a little bit scratched, and so I just wanted to clean them up.
Okay, if you maybe you need
The masking tape?
yes, the tape and a brush
The brush for what?
for the corners. You don't.
It's not for the corner, it's just actually like the walls have some
Okay, but-
scratches.
You don't going to paint all the wall
No,
because of that corner.
I'm not doing the corners,
just the.
just the wall, yeah. I think then that seems like it should be okay. Alright, so I think that I'm just gonna dive right into it. I mean, again, I've never done this in my life. I have no creative talent. I'm very bad at manual labor in general, but it seems like it should be easy enough. My biggest worry is just that it's gonna look really bad because I'm not painting the whole wall. I'm only painting these scuffed areas, and the man, as I had said before, told me that it might not look right. So anyway, here we have the paint, the mixer thing, pour it in the plastic, and I guess let's get going. What's the worst that can happen, right? Okay. First, will I be able to open? Okay, here we go. Oh, I've already got paint on my fingers. That's a good sign. I was thinking that maybe I would spare myself, like I wouldn't get paint everywhere. That's the goal because I'm not even putting anything down to protect the floor, so this could be a disaster, but I'm gonna try to be very careful. Okay. So far only paint on the hands. And I think I just touched the floor too. Great. Okay, mix. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, look here, mix. How much are you supposed to mix? I have no idea. How long? What is it supposed to look like? I really don't know. This is one thing in Bali. My best friend there used to be a commercial painter in Australia, and she would be able to help me much more. But I'm alone, and now that I'm living in Europe, I have to learn to be self-sufficient. So, okay, I hope that's enough to start with. Again, don't know what I'm doing. All right, paint roller. Let's get it all coated, I guess. I need to get it nice and thick. Don't know what I am doing at all, but hoping for the best. Okay, here we are. I don't know what this is supposed to feel like or look like. I just don't want to drip. Okay, here we go. Oh, that looks bad already. I don't think it's supposed to be like a stucco effect, so I'm getting a bit worried. Maybe I just need to just keep going with it. Over on this side, really blend it out. Get it down here. There's a lot of scuff marks down here. Actually, it's not looking so bad, frankly. I think I just need to really blend. I know people are going to leave me in the comments, you're doing this totally wrong, you need to do X, Y, Z. Well, look guys, I've never done this before. I'm not a laborer. I'm doing the best that my imagination will allow. I mean, it is kind of coming along, like, already these stains and marks are coming out, so it's not so bad. Look, here's really dirty. Can you see that? I'm really proud of myself, guys. I'm learning how to be a real man here in Europe. Having to do all of these different things. I put a light fixture up, which I had to like figure out the wiring for. Now I'm painting a wall. God, I never thought that this would be my life. I'm doing all these things for myself. And it actually, look at that. You can't even tell that that was repainted. Oh my god, shit. Already got paint on the floor. I don't know how that happened. Fuck. Okay, this is not good. Not good. I think that I need to, oops, dripping. Not good. I need to get some paper towels and clean that up as soon as possible before it stains. So the previous tenant had 2 small children, and everybody knows children equal mess. I don't know what they did, but yeah, not very clean. And I like clean. I want nice, clean white walls. I don't want to feel like I'm living in a flop house. Ah. Alright, I'm fresh out of the shower. I'm really pleased with how my walls turned out. Even with having no experience and no knowledge really, it still came out really nicely. It's funny because I posted a story on Instagram of me painting the walls, and then a bunch of people commented, oh, you're doing something wrong, you know, you need to cover the floor, or you need to start at the corners, or this or that. And it's like, okay, well, you know what, it turned out fine. It actually turned out better than fine. It really turned out beyond my expectations. I thought that after what the guy said, you would be able to see the delineation between the new paint and the old, and that's not the case at all. It looks really good. Anyway, so now I have to go do another grocery shop at the local place because I just need to get some orange juice and some other random things. And I was supposed to have a date, as I think I said earlier today, with the Brazilian guy that canceled on me yesterday on Valentine's Day, and he's just canceled on me again because apparently he has a stiff neck, which happened to me this weekend too. But you know what? I wasn't going to let a stiff neck get in the way of my plans over the weekend. I had been invited to a threesome, and despite not being able to move my neck, I had fully intended to go until they canceled on me also. So this is a very annoying reoccurring theme. I am though going to be meeting my friend in a couple hours, and that's something that I don't think is going to get canceled. So this is just ridiculous here. I don't know why people are so flaky, and you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to go shopping and bring you along to the little grocery store. never seen that fresh orange juice machine before I started coming specifically to Spain, and then I found that they have it here as well in Portugal, and I just think that it's the coolest thing. I don't really know how that works. It just drops the oranges in, you know, without even depeeling them, and just squeezes them into fresh juice. So nice. This little supermarket is the closest one to my house, but it's really bad and they have next to nothing, so usually I just get juice and bananas here. But I'll take one look around and see if there's anything else. So Harry, what is this neighborhood that we're in, by the way?
This neighborhood is Arroyos.
Okay, so this is where Harry lives. I've come in an Uber to take him here. I don't know how safe it is because the Uber driver told me when I got out, like, be careful, which is kind of ominous.
I'm guessing the Uber driver was kind of posh because this is a pretty okay neighborhood.
It doesn't look so bad. It looks kind of like a mix of people, but I
It's
can't.
kind of been gentrified in the last few years. So
Okay.
I think maybe in the past.
I'll reserve my judgment.
Yeah.
For,
Just wait until you get attacked.
Until the end of the night. Yeah, if I make it out alive, then I think all is good. So we're gonna go get a drink somewhere and then see some, what is it, poetry, spoken word, something or other?
Storytelling, yeah.
Storytelling.
Personal stories.
The lovely part of being in Europe and getting to experience intellectual, cultural things.
So, storytelling, we've been doing this for 4 years now, and love is our favorite edition. We've repeated it every February, and we're super happy to have all of you guys here tonight. And we have 10 storytellers, and the format is we do 5 stories, an intermission, and then 5 more stories.